Thank you for sharing your Wednesday night with me. This is AfroEconomics Live, and on Wednesday nights, it's absolutely, positively the best thing that you can do for your money. It's AfroEconomics Live. Have you checked out the podcast? Have you gone to AfroEconomics.com? Have you looked at the membership? On Thanksgiving of 2018, I started the absolutely complimentary AfroEconomics No Excuses membership. For those of you who want to take advantage of AfroEconomics, build your family finances and your own, take advantage of the AfroEconomics No Excuses membership, and it gives you an opening opportunity to test drive financial success, and you can upgrade as you move along. We have the holiday party. We're going to recognize our members of the year coming up on this Saturday. I'm so excited. We got some good food. Yes. It's in Virginia, hosted by me, a girl from the South. You know, so girls from the South, they know how to pick some food. And you're even luckier because I'm not cooking it now, but I can cook. But you're gonna have some collard greens and cabbage and some steak and some salmon and some everything. And we're gonna have some financial success. We're gonna give out some trophies. We're gonna dress up. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna thank God. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have some music. It's going to be all of that. Thank you all for the opportunity to celebrate another year of success for AfroEconomics, a strategic financial management program designed for the advancement of Black wealth in America and abroad. I'm truly blessed to be able to serve you this way. So let's talk about, now you know, you can always call 1-833-ASK-AFRO, and then you can go to AfroEconomics.com, click the chat button, this little blue button on the website, and you can go into the chat now. You can go to jdbryan.com. There's so many places. You can comment right now. If you're in the webinar, like so many of you, so good to see you, Barbara, Dawn, Ms. Walton, Mr. Rogers, Dr. Arundel, Dr. Williams, that's like Usher? That's user. Look, but you're Usher tonight. Ms. White, the telephone call in people. Thank you all so much. Thank you. And I appreciate you taking the time out, because I know how hard it is to just remember when you get to the evening. You know, I hear that so many times. I go, oh my goodness, I really needed to see that. I really needed that. And I fell asleep, or I forgot, or I got in late. How you doing, Mr. McGee? Yes, thank you all so much. I appreciate it. So make sure that you share the information or invite friends when you register yourself. Share the empowerment, indeed. So let's talk about family financial infrastructure. I want you to have something that my father died without us having. You know, and when you lose someone that you love, we can't just look at it as the loss. We have to look at everything as the lesson that is in it. And the lesson in losing my father this year was that we don't know how much time we have. And we have to take the time while we have it to have that conversation. And just the year before, like last year this time, I remember having huge celebrations for my family because I really felt that I didn't have that much time left. And I had this picture that I never had to have before, my parents dancing. I had a big birthday party for my mom. And then Kwanzaa time came along, and I told my family, I was like, I want to host the Kwanzaa Fest. And I have a picture with my father with the Gianyame symbol that I share with everybody, the fifth principle of AfroEconomics, you know, on that through God, all things are possible, that God comes first. And that the Ginyame symbol is in the AfroEconomics book, Our Black Wealth Matters, under the 5th principle of integrity, the soul of your money. But when we think about our family at times like this is the season where you see your family members. It's also the season where we should have a graduated conversation. And I remember last year, my family started talking about their future. My parents started talking about their next steps and next stages in their life that, my father passed in March. But we began this conversation that I want everyone out there listening and watching right now to make sure that if it's important for you to leave a particular footprint on this planet, make sure that you realize that the first principle of AfroEconomics is the Sankofa symbol. That it depicts legacy, the first principle of AfroEconomics. Because AfroEconomics is committed to helping your family build a financial infrastructure based on that first principle. So let's think of, so this particular discussion is really to bring home the Sankofa of your family finances, developing your why, developing your ability to give back, developing your if it is a goal for you to give back or not, what is your philosophy? So I am encouraging you now to develop a family financial infrastructure, to have a meeting. As an AfroEconomics leader, as a one pushing this movement, I encourage you to have your AfroEconomics Sankofa family meeting. Now let's think about just some reasons why you should have it, and and anyone that's participating in this discussion in the webinar, please. That Akila says, are there any members coming from DC to the event? Good for you on Saturday. Y'all notice that in the comments, because there are some people coming from DC. Sister, I just don't know if they're in this workshop, but if I think of them, I would definitely, if I get to, how I'm doing. But that was great. You go, girl. That's right. And so let's think of the facilitating our family Sankofa meeting. Why we need to have that meeting, and why I feel that it's important that I get involved in that meeting. If you're an AfroEconomics member, that I want you to have that family meeting and include me or your financial advisor. It should be important to us that you have this meeting. The meeting is to make sure that your family financial goals are met. The family meeting is to discuss things that are hard to talk about, like wills, beneficiaries, power of attorneys. These things, people live their entire life and die and never tell the beneficiaries what they've done. Or I had an uncle who set me up as the executor for his estate, and I didn't know. So his estate, everything was done without his instructions being followed, because the powers that be, the people that knew, never said that. I told me until after it was too late. And they wanted to make sure that they got money from the estate. But as far as his instructions on how he wanted to be buried and things to be handled, if he had had this meeting, his wishes would have been met. He would have included me in the meeting. So your people that you include in this meeting might not just be your spouse. They might not be your spouse. You might not want your spouse in it. You might not want all of your children. You may only want a few of your children in it. So you have to realize the consequences of that as well. Prevent this family meeting will prevent confusion about how you want your wealth to be transferred. So if there is someone that you think is expecting something from you, this will eliminate that. They can discuss that, they can get mad at you or whatever, but you don't have to break down the family after you're gone because you never womaned up or manned up and just told them, I'm not going to leave this to you. And then your Sankofa family member, your family meeting will create a safe environment for discussing finances. This is the way I visualize it. We don't want to have like some argument and all of that. This is something that you structured and you're saying something. You're making your statement for the family. You're creating a safe environment for discussing finances, debts, goals, property, land and everything, stocks, investments, all of that. And the family financial meeting, developing this family financial infrastructure that I visualized for you will strengthen your family through communicating with each other. Through communicating. It's exactly, and it's okay. And it is okay to need a ride. Lord, yes, indeed. That's what we're doing. Saving the environment and saving money. It's AfroEconomics. I don't want you to save that money. This sister said she wants to know, is anybody out there from DC coming to Virginia for the AfroEconomics membership ceremony? But don't worry, because next year, I'm quite sure it's going to be with you in DC. Yes, because I've done it 2 years in a row in Virginia. So I'm thinking about, I have already had some ideas of how I want to do it in DC. So let's start this family financial meeting. How are we going to start it? How are we going to prepare for this? How are we going to build this family financial infrastructure? I want you to write down what you want to accomplish in the meeting that you want to have. And I want you to decide who you should and want to invite. Are you going to invite just your children? Are you going to invite stepchildren? Are you going to invite who are you going to invite? Your grandkids or just your kids? You're going to invite your spouse? Are you going to invite your parents? Who are you going to invite? You get to decide who you need to be there. What about other professionals? You might want to have a tax professional involved. You want to have an estate attorney involved. You might want to, definitely see, hey, your investment advisor, Bryan, is at the head of the table on this. Look, we're putting this together from the beginning to the end. This is part of what we're doing as members. You said, JB, I want to organize a family financial infrastructure meeting. We work on this together. And this time of year is a great time to do it, right? The time of year doesn't have to be just about whatever it's always about. It can be about more. It can be about more. And of course, and I'm just saying about after you have your religious celebrations, after we celebrate, religiously and what the purpose is of it, we should expand on it as an opportunity to build up our families through having a family financial meeting that will have an organized agenda. No surprises. Like, say you invite people and then you sabotage them because you throw out with something you totally didn't say that you were going to talk about, or you start questioning them on why I should leave you something, or that's not what this is about. This is about building wealth through sharing your value system through generations by making sure that you said your wishes publicly to the family that it matters to. So think of it this way. I want you to set up a family mission that's your declaration of your family's purpose and your family's focus, your family financial focus that you want for your family. My family focus is to develop, and you can look at it from a financial perspective or add on, make it even broader, but don't leave out, this is a family financial infrastructure. So don't just focus on how smart you want your kids to be and what school you want everybody to go to college, because there's a whole bunch of college graduates who don't have any contribution that they're making to society. Just having a degree is just not enough. We got to pick our game up. We have to start making a contribution to this society, not to just our own egos. So make a declaration of your family's purpose and focus that goes beyond, I'm begging you, that goes beyond your last name. And develop a vision. Have a family view of your long-term goals and direction. And your values, include this. Say, this is my mission. This is our values. This is what I want for us. These are the values. These are my standards. We don't tell lies. We don't hurt anyone. That we build our business by having a reputation of excellence and contributions to the betterment of everybody. That you list like what characteristics you feel are important for your family as you build your family's financial future. That these are important, that we're well respected as business and professional people. That what we do, that we are excellent at that, and that we give back and we help others and we pull up those who don't have the opportunity to even think about what their financial goals are because they don't have anything. So, and then you think about what the future is. What's your future? What opportunities? What charities you want to give to? What you want to support? So your AfroEconomics Sankofa Family Financial Meeting is an opportunity to grow and unify your family. And then how about a checklist? Let's look at a checklist. A checklist of how this family financial meeting is going to go down and why. And, make sure that you call me because if you have any questions about this, or you think this will never work, or you think this is ridiculous, or you think this is a marvelous idea like I do, because I feel that I wish that it was something that I could have been able to do before my father passed away. I spoke about it often like that. I want to have a better understanding of what you want and how you want things to go. But the concept of thinking about death to so many people frightens them so much that we don't get anything done. But there's only a few things that that are guaranteed to happen. That as soon as we're born, we're preparing to die. It's guaranteed. We're getting out of here. So now if you've been blessed with the opportunity to accumulate something, you have a responsibility to your family to have a plan, to have a value system, what do you represent? What do you want? What do you want to be done to make the world a better place with all that you have made? Most of you logged in, if you looked at how much money you've made over your career, it's millions. Millions. After people have worked for 30 years, you have made millions. What do you want? You make sure that your family does, because they're going to do the same. They're going to do more. They're going to make more. So what do we want to make sure that is done? So talk to me as your financial advisor about what, why, and how, and what you want to accomplish with a family financial meeting. And I've had people mention it to me before, and they just are never able to just get it all together. And when you get it together and you all just sit around and you don't have someone like me involved in it, very little gets accomplished. You just go, oh, and we want to do this, and oh, we want to do that. But there's never the unbiased outside person who's just going to come with the technical, that if you want smook to get do this, then you need to make sure you have a will that says smook gets this. Because if you are relying on baby to get that to smook, it's not going to happen. Because after you pass away, they change. Everything changes. Because baby doesn't have to do anything because you left it all to baby. So baby can make sure that smook never gets anything. So we have to be careful. And sometimes you're leaving it all to baby, which means baby has to pay all the taxes. So then smook is supposed to just get it after baby paid all the taxes? That's not fair either. But you're not getting the help you need. So decide who needs to be invited. You're like, and I'm not inviting her. If you don't invite me, invite somebody and other professionals that you might need. Write down what family members you want at this meeting. Create the agenda for that meeting. And I'm telling you, share people. So you say, well, if I tell them what I'm going to talk about, ain't no reason for them to come. That's not true. We're going to look at this together and we're going to say, this is what we're going to go over, but it's not going to tell them what we're going to talk about. It's just telling them what we're going to talk about. You see what I'm saying? It's going to tell them what we're going to talk about, but it's not going to say what we're going to say. It's going to say, we're going to discuss this, we're going to discuss the land, we're going to discuss my retirement account, we're going to discuss long-term care, we're going to discuss home health care, we're going to discuss life insurance, what you're going to discuss. Put it on the agenda. Too much guessing going on, too much money going different ways, too much money being left on the table. You got 6 life insurance policies that you've hidden away, and only 2 of them ever get cashed in. And everybody in the family loses in houses and stuff because they didn't even know that that life insurance was there, or the kid can't go to college, or took out a loan and the life insurance policy was behind the refrigerator. Come on. So let's create an agenda. And if you don't trust people, then take them off the beneficiary form. Change your circle. And definitely don't invite them to the meeting. Be very careful. Write up everything. Write up your mission. Write up your vision. Write up your values. Write up which charities you want to give to. Write up the future of your family. Write it up. Write it down. Get your beneficiaries updated. Get your lawyer involved as needed. Do what you got to do. Get the help. Allow me to help. Sign up as a member. Let's get empowered. This year is not over yet. Put this on your agenda of one of the many things that we want to accomplish in the coming days and weeks, not years, is to have a family financial infrastructure meeting called the AfroEconomics and COFA meeting. Call it whatever you want, but let's make sure we get it done. I'm here to help. I'm here to help. Here's a question. How should this family meeting look when your kids are small and you don't have a spouse? It look real darn small. No, but yours is really interesting because it's more important than anybody else really that you have the meeting, because you need to know what's going to happen to your children or your child if something happened to you. So your meeting has to be with those people that will take care of your child if something were to happen to you. And you have put them as custodian. You've designated that in your will, but they don't even know about it. And it happens all the time. You know the little movies they make movies about it. And then people go, oh, yeah, my mom was your friend when you were played on Broadway. And now I've left my baby. She left your baby to her, and it's like, what? It happens. So if you are single, you don't have a spouse, you have directions you want for your children, you have life insurance policies, you have assets too. you need to make sure that the instructions are addressed. Very good question. So glad, because a lot of times, see, you know, I always say, hey, baby mama's money matters. That's why it's my website, Baby Mama Money. Check it out, babymamamoney.com. Baby mama better keep up with her money too. Very important. So your family, no matter the size of your family, you have responsibilities. You have to have a family meeting even if you're single. Because you still, something were to happen to you, you become disabled, you don't, if you didn't even have children, this is what I'm talking about. You still have your circle that needs to be at that table. Even if it's full of hired professionals, you have that table. And you still have organizations you may want to donate to, friends you may want to donate to, nieces and nephews you may want to give your inheritance to. They will be at the table. You still have a table. We're big. You real big. You're big as you want to be. I know that. You're big as you want to be. So have that meeting. Have the meeting. Ask me anything you need. Contact me at jb@afroeconomics.com or call 1-833-ASK-AFRO. Don't hesitate. Let's get that meeting scheduled. I can help. And make sure you join AfroEconomics. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the week. Stay safe. Enjoy the holiday season. And remember the reason for the season. God bless you all. Talk to you soon. Members only meeting Friday. Members only meeting Friday at 8 a.m. No, it's not 9 a.m. I don't want to look. That would be cruel and unusual, right? 9 a.m. on Friday. Take care. Thank you, Ms. White. Thank you. So email me, y'all, if you need me. Bye-bye. Thank you. Good night to you. Oh, you're excellent. Thank you. Oh, artist. So you just saying stuff. Ankaja Sebnab. Life, prosperity, and health. I taught you that, young man. You learned all that from me when I taught you in Sunday school. You know that. I love you. God bless you. Talk to you soon. All righty. Life, prosperity, and health. Amen. Peace and blessings to you. All right. Good night. Thanks, everybody.